Hey folks, Dust here to talk to you a little bit about the CEVO Gfinity Season 9 Finals, as it's always been kind of a tradition of mine to do a pre-LAN vlog to talk about events I was going to, and of course it finally got announced today, a little bit before I started recording this video, that I would be one of the people attending, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. I've known about it for a couple of weeks now, but of course I haven't been able to say anything until the official release, and now that it's out there, I wanted to do just a quick video to talk a little bit about the event and myself. So first of all, just to give you a little bit of information about the event, it is, of course, a partnership between CEVO and Gfinity that kicked off the Season 9 Pro League, which has been running for the past couple of months to determine some of our teams that will be attending the LAN Finals. It is an $125,000 prize pool with $55,000 up for grabs for first place, and then it trickles down from there. It's going to be located at the Gfinity Arena in London, and it starts on Thursday, April 28th, and runs through Sunday, May 1st. Now, I don't think that the format for this tournament has been publicly released, so I don't want to comment on it, but I think that you'll find that the format is something that most events use and that, people usually like. There's a small twist to it, I think, but I'm sure people will be mostly satisfied with it, so I think it should be a good tournament. When it comes to the teams, so far we know that Virtus Pro have been invited and should be attending. Dignitas qualified already through one of the qualifiers. We currently have a qualifier going on where Epsilon, eFrag, and Hellraisers are still in the running, and that will complete sometime in the next couple of days after this video. And then we have one more invite that's going to be up for grabs that has not been announced yet, so still waiting to hear on that. For the North American side of things, we have Optic attending, who won the first qualifier. We have Selfless attending, who won the second qualifier. And then we invited Tempo Storm, so that's the third team. And then there is one qualifier still going on, still waiting to see what's going on with that to find out who our fourth team from North America will be. As far as talent goes, of course, I already know that I'm going to be there. I said that earlier. But some of the other people that are going to be there is Puckett, who is going to be the analyst desk host, which this will be the first time he's done that role in CSGO, I believe. Of course, he's already done a lot of hosting. You saw him most recently at MLG Columbus doing interviews and such. He's done some hosting as well. He's obviously a very versatile talent. He's even done some play-by-play casting and in a lot of other games like Halo and Call of Duty. Great guy, very nice, like I said, very versatile. Really cool to see him doing this. Of course, you have Thorne and Richard Lewis that are going to be on the analyst desk, which are, the best in the business for the most part. Grade A banter, and of course, plenty of insight. So it'll be cool to see that duo once again on a desk. We have James Banks doing interviews, and then for casting, myself, Metis, and of course talking about Metis, a very huge talent. Really been growing a lot over the past few months with some of the DreamHack events that he has done, and most recently, of course, Malmu, as well as doing the game show event, the GEC event, which I know was kind of a rough event, but he was kind of a beacon of light and all of that. Definitely a guy that is on the rise, a guy that, I enjoy listening to and I've worked with a little bit online, so it's going to be cool to have him there as he's on the rise. And then, of course, we have Helium and Launders, which is kind of a duo that's been doing a lot of events lately. They did the North America Minor as well as the major qualifiers for Columbus. They've also been to several CEVO events in the past. Have good synergy together. Of course, Launders is well known for his YouTube and his stream and all that good stuff. So it's cool to have them on board again. And then we have Jackie, who is someone I don't know that well, and maybe you don't either, but I know that he's been casting some ESL stuff for the UK. I've also seen him do some casting with Faceit, I believe. I saw a couple of games where he was casting with DDK. Sounded pretty good, so it'll be cool to have him on board as well. Just to give a little bit more information about the tournament, I will be putting out an article on Splice, which will probably get published the Monday before the event starts. And I'll be doing, some information about storylines for the event and such. I also have several vlogs on the YouTube already, the YouTube channel here already, that talks about some of these teams that are going to be in attendance if you want to get a little bit more insight about those teams and players and such. But I'll definitely try to put a little bit more out there before I fly out, which I'll be flying out on Tuesday. We have rehearsal on Wednesday, and then the show starts on Thursday. Kind of cool for me because I've never actually left North America before. I have been to Canada when I went to the ESWC qualifiers for North America. I believe that was in 2014, and I went to Montreal to do that. So that was my first time out of the United States, but this will be my first time leaving the North American continent and actually going over to a different country that is not NA. So pretty cool stuff. Looking forward to the long flight. Well, probably not, but hey, I guess I'll enjoy it a little bit since it's my first one. I'm sure most people will get annoyed by it, but hey, I'm down. Um, so just to give a short introduction of who I am, if you're coming across this video because it was shared by Gfinity or CEVO or something, and you saw that my name was on the talent list, and you've never really seen or heard of me before, figured I'd just do a quick introduction. I know maybe a lot of people watching this probably already know who I am, and that's fine, so I'm not going to go too crazy in depth about it, but, you know, I'm Dustin Moret. I have been a commentator for Counter-Strike for several years. I started out in Counter-Strike Source, probably back in, say, 2010, mostly doing it as a hobby for fun for some smaller companies like GameFire, Opponents TV, and eRev, and then another company called Source Collective. That company eventually got picked up by ESEA in 2012, and that's where I started getting my first paid gigs for casting. My first LAN was, in fact, the Season 12 Finals for ESEA back in, I believe, late 2012. Maybe it was early 2013, but I'm pretty sure it was late 2012, where I casted the last Counter-Strike Source LAN there was in North America and perhaps even the world, I'm not sure. And then the first CSGO LAN for North America. And I worked there for a couple of years, and all this time I was primarily a play-by-play commentator. Very rough, didn't really know a whole heck of a lot, didn't really have a whole lot of guidance at the time, so I just kind of, you know, did my thing and had fun and, you know, mixed results, so to speak. And then around 2000 and like late 2014, late 2015, I began working with CEVO and MLG for their partnered pro league, and this is where I switched to more of a color commentator role, more of a, you know, an analyst role as well, though I haven't ever actually really done a desk analyst gig yet. I did a smaller one for a North American team only LAN for CEVO, but I haven't done one on a stage like this. Maybe one day in the future I'd love to do that, but just, you know, that has been my focus, has been more on the color commentary analyst role. And I've been casting the CEVO Pro League, partnered with MLG and now Gfinity for the last couple of years. And this will be the first LAN event I've been to in almost a year. The last one I had been to was back in July of 2015, which was, I believe, Season 7 of the CEVO Finals. So that just gives you a quick rundown about me. I'll post a link down below if you want to learn a little bit more about me. Of course, you can do that through some of my YouTube videos, but I also did an AMA on the CSGO subreddit a long time ago, and so I'll drop that link down below if you're interested in reading into that. So now that I have all that out of the way, I wanted to do a quick heart-to-heart with the community from me. All I can say is that I am very thankful for this opportunity from Gfinity and CEVO. I already mentioned I haven't been to a LAN in quite a while. I've been hoping for a chance to, you know, get back onto a LAN event for some time, and I very much appreciate being given the chance to do that here at the Season 9 Finals. I can tell you that I have been working extremely hard to prepare for an event like this over the past year, basically. Like I said, I kind of converted to more of a color casting analyst role last year, and once I did that, I really started focusing on studying the game. You know, like I said, I've been preparing for any events at all for a long time, you know, over the, like I said, past few months to a year. And basically this involved me just watching all the live matches I could, if I could catch them live. If I couldn't catch them live, I was watching VODs. I was studying demos on all the teams and players to learn about them, you know, studying, you know, statistics and recent results, and consuming all the content that's out there, whether it's articles or vlogs or interviews. Just basically getting all the information I could about CSGO from, you know, a pro level standpoint to a community standpoint, just really trying to consume everything that's out there. Of course, you know, once I found out that I might be able to go to this event a few months ago, I really focused in on, you know, the note taking and the studying of the game. And of course, when I found out a couple weeks ago I would be going, I really kind of, you know, zoned in on the teams that I thought would be going to the event. Got tons of notes on some of these things I talked about, like recent results, map win rate, picks bans, player form, overall strategy of how the team likes to play, particular tactics they like to use on certain maps that are the main maps in their map pool. I think I roughly have maybe 10 to 15 pages of notes per team that'll be at this event. So I've definitely been putting in work for a long time. And it's not that I just created those notes one time and then I never looked at them again. I constantly keep them updated as a new event passes if I see a team has changed something or has implemented something new. I've really just been trying to make sure that I'm the most knowledgeable that I can be if I was ever given an opportunity to do, some commentating or analyst work at an event. And here I'm going to be able to get to do some casting, and I'll be able to put some of this stuff to use. I know the reviews out there about myself and maybe some of the other talent that are going to be at the event are pretty mixed. Some people very staunchly against it, thinking that we're the worst casters ever and that we don't deserve to be there. I know there's some other people out there who are, skeptical, but at least open-minded. Maybe they know a little bit about some of the past stuff that I have done or others have done, and maybe they didn't like it, but they're open to see if we've made any changes or improvements. And for those people, I'm going to try my best to show you that I've been putting in the work and that I've been really grinding it out to make sure that I put on my best performance here. And then there are some fans out there who are happy to see me be there, as well as some of the others. And to those of you, definitely thank you for the kind words and the support all along the way. And again, I'm just going to do my best work and hope for the best. Can't really force people to change their mind or their opinions. All I can do is do my best work, let my work do the talking, and then people can, have their opinions after they see it. I would hope that people come into it with an open mind, and hopefully you guys will be impressed. That's all I can really say, is that I'm just, seizing this opportunity because I haven't had one in a while. This is a big one for me. I'm extremely happy to do it. Nothing's going to bring me down. I'm just going to continue to focus on doing my best job and not letting anything else get to me. Once again, I do want to thank the community a lot for all the support. It's support from the community that has helped me get a job like this. I'm sure it made the decision easier for these companies to hire me when they saw that I had been having a positive response from the community, from some of the online casting, as well as from some of the content I've been putting out there. And so I definitely appreciate that support quite a lot. And I hope to continue to have your support throughout the event as well as for the future. I'll definitely be doing my best to try to, keep that support. But yeah, thanks a lot for it. All I can say is that to end this video right now, I'm just completely focused on doing my absolute best. I hope that I can do well. And, obviously I'm just focused on the present, but obviously it is a hope of mine that, doing a good job here might open up more doors for me down the road for other opportunities, because obviously it's hard to stick around when you don't have stable and constant work, which is something I haven't had in a while, but I've kind of still just chased after it in hopes that things would change. And this might be where things do take a turn for the better. So we'll just have to see. But at least for now, I have this. And even if this is, the last event I do, at least I'll have had this one. And I'm extremely thankful for it. And I think I'm just rambling at this point. But, this is really important to me. It's something I get really emotional about. When I first found out I was going, I kind of teared up because I had been working so hard and hoping for so long that a chance like this would come around, and it finally has. So again, thanks so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy, please follow and subscribe for more, and I will see you there. If you're attending there in person, feel free to come up to me and say hello. I'd love to talk to you, but obviously if you're watching from home, feel free to reach out to me on social media throughout the event. I'll be posting stuff on my social media. And if you have any criticisms, prior to the event that you want to pass out or during the event, please feel free to do so as long as it's constructive. I am definitely all ears to it. And I'll just leave it at that. Again, thanks, and have a good rest of the day or evening.